Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of Live Math with the City. All right, now I did do a 1 hour live stream on the 8 multiplication fact family. It was a request. For this video, I'm going to do a more succinct. I'm going to do a review of the 8 fact family, but it's going to be like a more succinct review. It's going to be quicker. So I'm going to start off with some skip counting. Skip counting. If you're able to master skip counting, quickest and the easiest. Dark Wolf, what's up? Thank you for entering the chat. Skip counting, quickest and one of the most effective ways to master single-digit multiplication. So I'm going to start off by skip counting by 8. All right, ready? Here we go. Let me bring this close so you can really see the numbers here. All right. 0, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. Now, I got a trick for you. Watch this. Now I'm going to solve the 8 fact family multiplication problems using skip counting. Ready? 0, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. So as you can see from what I just demonstrated, if you know your fact families, it is a lot easier to solve single-digit multiplication problems. If you're able to skip count by 8, 9, if you're able to skip count by all the numbers, much easier. You'll be able to do it fluently. It'll be automatic. But I am now going to show you a few strategies for those of you that do not know how to solve. If you haven't mastered skip counting yet, I'm going to show you a couple strategies where you can solve the problems even if you're not ready to do it in your head. If you're not at the point where you can skip count, I'd recommend practicing that, but I'm going to show you some additional strategies so you have another way to go about solving these problems. All right, so I'm going to erase the board right quick. For those of you tuning in, please hit that like button, and I want to know what you think, so put something in the comments. You don't need to retract your comments. As long as you keep it respectful, it's all good. Whoever just hit that like button, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. All right. So let's say we're going to do 5 times 8. 5 times 8 we're going to solve, and we can't skip count. We can't solve that in our head. Think of this as 5 groups of 8, adding 5 groups of 8 together. All multiplication is really adding the same number over and over again. You're adding the number 8 5 times. It's no different than if you were to write this problem here. Five times 8 is just another way of writing 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. So 5 groups of 8. So what you're going to do is you can draw 5 circles. You draw them down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to draw 8 objects in each circle. You can go with dots, X's. I like to go with X's. So 8 X's in each circle, and then you count the total number of X's to find the answer. So I'm going to make 8 X's in this circle. I'm going to make 8 X's in each of these circles. Now I want to show you something before I go on. Now, when you're making your X's, make sure you make them more like this than like this. In this circle here, all the X's are bunched up. The biggest mistake students make with this strategy is they miscount. And if your X's are close together, that's where you're at risk for counting wrong. And even though you understand the process, it's an easy mistake to make. So make sure that when you draw your X's or dots or whatever the 8 objects you're drawing is, make sure that they're spaced out. As much as possible. So I'm drawing my 8 X's in each of the 5 circles. I accidentally drew 10 in that circle, see? That's why you can't rush. So I'm looking through, I see 8 X's in each of the 5 circles, and now I'm going to count the total amount of X's. And I'll have my answer. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. All right. So we had 40 total X's, so 5 times 8 equals 40. Notice, as I was counting each of the X's, I was putting my finger underneath each X. That's an easy way to just keep the pace and make sure that you don't miscount. Exactly. 5 times 8 equals 40. All right, now I'm about to do another one. So here's another strategy. If you're not able to count by 8s in your head, here's another good strategy you can use. It's a picture strategy, but it's a little bit different. For this problem, we'll go with 3 times 8. 3 times 8 for this one. Now let's say you're not that good at drawing circles. You don't like to draw circles, and it's tough to get all the X's in there. Another way to do it is just write the X's in rows. Write the X's or dots or whatever the object is in rows. So 3 times 8 means that you're adding the number 8 3 times. It's basically the equivalent of 8 plus 8 plus 8. So instead of drawing circles, I'm going to make 3 rows of X's. I'm going to make 8 X's in each row. I think somebody's calling me. If I need to step out for a second, I might have business to attend to, but I'll be right back if I need to step out. Right now, though, I think I'm okay. All right. So I have 3 rows. I have 8 X's in each row. So now I'm going to count the total number of X's. Ready? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, so 3 times 8 equals 24. Notice again, I had my finger next to each X as I was counting, so that was so I didn't lose my spot. I didn't accidentally miscount. All right. So those are my 2 strategies for the 8 fact family. Before I sign off this live, I think I'm going I'm going to conclude this live with some burpees. And I'm going to show you what a burpee is. All right. So if you're sitting for a long time, you're studying, you're working hard, you feel like you need to get up, move around, say you've done maybe worked on 10, 15 problems and you're just tired of sitting, I'm going to show you a quick exercise you can do if you want to get up and move around. So I'm going to turn the camera this way right here. I'm gonna do 5 burpees. All right, 5 burpees, and that's how I'm gonna end the stream. I am gonna end this stream doing 5 burpees. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do, and that'll be it. All right. So when you do a burpee, you get in the push-up position. You go like this. Then you bring your feet to your hands, and then you jump. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so before the house comes down, I am going to call it a day. Thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of Live Math with Mr. C, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.